Well, I went out yesterday to Michael's to get me some Halloween clearance decorations. I don't know what happened. And then I went and I got my daughter. Went to the car wash. Went home. Made me a salad. Sat down to eat said salad. Got a sharp pain in my back. And then I couldn't breathe. And so my left lung decided that he wanted to lose all his air capabilities. And pancake. So we're in the hospital. Whew. That was a moment, honey. We was lit. Woo. The thoracic surgeon said, "You are probably the most stoic patient I've ever seen in this predicament." I said, "I'm trying to concentrate on breathing." Okay. When he told me that my lung had collapsed, I was just waiting on him to cut my side open and put the tube in and let the air out so that I could breathe again. Because, whoo, sis, I was getting tired. I was getting tired. I mean, it's a lot. And then they had to crank the oxygen all the way up. So, I have sarcoidosis, which is scarring on the lungs. And when you have sarcoidosis, something is easy. You have scarring, major scarring on your lungs. I've never smoked or drank, so it didn't come from smoking, none of that. Or drugs. I didn't do those either. But something as simple as a hard cough can tear our lungs and let the air out of them. And so when that happens, you run a huge risk of your lungs collapsing. Now, my lung collapsed in 2017, the right one did, but baby girl held up this time. The right one was operated on back in 17. I had a pleurodesis and resection is what they call it. So also they wanted to do that on the left side, and they were supposed to a couple weeks after that. But then my medical team went in a whole other direction, talking about transplant. The transplant never happened. Kind of happy, you know. I always say God does everything for a reason. But before they could even get that far, because I had met all the requirements to be listed, and before they could even list me, my kidneys was like, and that just completely changed the whole thing around. And, you know, once they got the kidneys resolved, they were back to, let's get back on this transplant list. Let's get back down to the 170, the 180 that you were, because you got to be a certain BMI to be listed. God had other plans again. Okay, so, but I'm cool with being on oxygen. I don't have a problem with it, you know? And from what I'm hearing from even medical professionals, they're just like, you know, transplant is a last resort. It was like, we'd rather you keep your own lungs. Even if you have to be on oxygen, keep what you got. You know, keep yours. And when people that are in medical field tell me that, and I've been through the process twice, it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay? But I'm in here right now watching TV. I got me some nice pillows from Michael's, though. I did. On the clearance, and Michael's really didn't have a lot. I was a little disappointed, but they didn't have a lot. Normally, prior years, they get a lot of inventory, and they usually have a lot of inventory left at clearance. But this particular year, all I saw worth it were pillows. They didn't have any of the reefs. Online did, but online still wanted $50 for them. I'm like, I'm not paying that. Online still had reefs. But I guess with all the shipping issues and the whole freight issue out on San Pedro, the cargo situation with the United States and who they import and export from probably plays a major role in that. But I could tell by the clearance that they didn't have a lot of shipment to begin with. I mean, it was literally one post for Michael's clearance that was Halloween. One. And even the Christmas stuff that they put out, they're starting to put out, is very scarce. It's not a lot. It's usually you go on Michael's, there is an abundance of the next, holiday festivities booming, but nope. That was not the case. I'm appalled. But I just wanted to jump on, because I'll be jumping on some more while I'm here. I mean, their food is good. But, it's pretty good up in here. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Yesterday started off great and boom, I don't know what happened. Here we are, but we alive, we breathing, we talking. And it's going to be all right. My side is sore as hell. Because when your lung collapse and they bring you in, they got to slit your sides to put the tubes in to release that air and get your lung to stand back up. And it hurts. It's sore. And they gave me morphine. I don't take drugs and painkillers. Let me just tell y'all, I don't know how people do drugs. I don't know how people do drugs, but listen, I was in here. 1 minute I was asleep. The next minute I was wide awake. The next minute I was dozing off again. Then I had to throw up. Then I was once again, I'm sleepy. It was just a constant cycle of unpleasantry. And I'm just like, is this what people go through when they get high? And they want to keep doing this shit? Like, who? And then I was feeling sensations of heat and hotness. I'm like, what is going on? What is this? Like, my thighs would just get hot. Morphine. They were like, they was like, you must don't take painkillers, do you? That was only a small dose. Who takes? Is that a normal thing to say? Who the fuck is running around here taking painkillers? To where you could just say, I guess a lot of people, for you to just say, oh, you must don't take painkillers. No. Why would I be taking painkillers? On a normal. I was like, I'm a Tylenol girl myself. Can I get one? Like, next time, just give me a Tylenol, because this is too much. Woo. I mean, my thighs was hot, my toes was tingling, all types of shit going on. I'm like, wait a minute. Everything just doing its own thing. My brain want to go to sleep. My body like, no. My feet tingling. My thighs hot. Like, what in the hell? Ooh, they had me confused last night. But child, the savior was the tube going in the side. Ooh, he was a godsend. They was like, and they did that with no. Only thing they gave me was some numbing medicine for when they scalpel open my side. I ain't care though. Cause honey, I was tired of huffing and puffing hard. Felt like I was running 150 miles an hour without stopping. I was getting hot. I was getting tired. My heart was. When it was over, they were so excited. Woo, I was excited too. They were like, "Oh my God, you look so good. Oh my God, look at the numbers. They're so great." They were like, "You're probably like the best person ever come in dealing with that." I don't know how people come in dealing with it. But child, the worst you could do is panic, go off, that shit gets worse. All I could do to keep my sanity and to not make it any worse was to just stay calm and focus. Because it got a little, that wasn't fun. That's all I'm going to say. But I'll be back for more. Have a good night.